Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidate.
It's Friday. Let's go.
Happy Friday.
Yes, it's the weekend.
Yes, it's a weekend. It's going to be good weather.
Yeah, it
nice
is.
Summer weekend. Nothing too crazy.
Nah, it's going to be a little warm. It's going to warm up a little bit. Not too bad.
It's going to warm up?
I think so. Sunday. I have to look at it again. 80s. Not too bad.
We're going to go to dinner tomorrow night.
Yes.
Or, well, Friday. For you guys, tonight. We're going to go to
Yes,
Luna.
that's correct. Your favorite place.
Luna. I know.
Luna.
I haven't been there for dinner in a while.
That food is good.
So good.
Cheers. I got my coffee.
Cheers to all the listeners. Cheers.
Fist pump.
cheers.
There you go.
I have my water here today. I don't have, it's a little, no, it's actually the same time as usual. I'm a little off. My schedule is a little different this day.
Someone slept in today.
I needed it though.
Yeah. Sometimes your body just
I had I don't know what happened to me the last couple of days, but I had this nausea.
Yeah.
And it would come in like waves.
I know. You didn't look too good yesterday. I felt bad for you.
Like the car ride was torture. I thought I was going to lose it when we went to the Costco. And then when I got home, I just slept off and on all day. I tried to do my coach's chat and that didn't even, I couldn't really do it.
No.
Because I couldn't talk. When I talked, I would get more nauseous.
Yeah.
I was okay if I was like still.
Yeah.
It's weird. But I feel good today. I feel like the remnants of it a little bit. Like I feel like it was something because I still feel a little bit. But
like you had a little bug or something,
some
sort?
A little bug.
Stomach bug?
Yeah, but I feel good today. So, and I got my sleep. I slept during the day yesterday and I slept really good at night.
Yeah. Look at it this way. It could be worse. You could have COVID like my sister.
Yeah.
That's all bad.
Yeah. Ugh, yuck.
Yep.
Anyways, I wanted to just mention it because you know what? We may have a lot. We do. What do you mean we may? We have a lot of new listeners that I don't know if they've gone back and binged a lot of our content and know your history, but I will link the episode in the description in the show notes, but it is the 4-year anniversary of your breakdown.
Oh.
It's a mental health anniversary.
When I had my mental health crisis.
Yeah, mental health crisis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who are new to our show, we shared it with the podcast. We've shared quite a bit over the last couple of years, but it has been 4 years since you had a mental health psychosis crisis.
Yes.
And luckily, we're unsuccessful in that.
They were unsuccessful.
And I remember, not that we're going to get too far deep into the story because we have shared it before, but for those of you who are new to the show, it's good to know our history because why we talk about certain things.
Yes,
This particular episode, you might want to take a listen to it. But I talk about it because I remember very specifically after you were healing, we talked about how someday we're going to be able to talk about this. And we're going to talk about how you came out on the other side. And I remember trying to tell you that.
Yeah.
And you said, you think so? And I said, yes, I think so. And here we are 4 years later.
I was scared. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure. My mind at that time was just gone. It broke. So I was scared. I wasn't sure. Am I going to be back to normal? Am I going to come out of this?
Yeah, and that's when you looked at me and you said, you think so? I said, yeah, we're going to be able to tell your story. We didn't have a podcast back then when I said that. And here we are 4 years later, and we tell that story.
And you were bothering me about a podcast a little while after. We should start a podcast. And I was like...
That was actually right before the pandemic.
Oh.
And it was not after your mental health break. It was a while after that. That was in 2019.
Yeah.
And we started the podcast 6 months later.
Okay. But I remember you were planting the seed with me, mentioning it.
Yeah, because I was trying to keep you busy with anything. But I didn't foresee us 4 years later now still telling that story on
crazy
social media.
It's good for people to know.
It's good to know. And because I know people are going through battles that nobody knows about. I have people that I know personally who are having a difficult time.
Yes.
And I tell them the same thing because I remember think about this. When you are in your darkest days, they can only get brighter.
That's it. That's so true. And you used to tell me that every day, like, don't worry, each day is going to get better. Mm-hmm. And I remember being so anxious and I don't know. I was like...
You would say, I know specifically what you would say. When I would say that, you would say, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's all you would really say. You were very short with your responses. I hope so. Or when I asked you how you were doing, you would always just say, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. But it's just a reminder that you can come out of the darkness. You can come out of it.
So true.
The one guarantee about dark days is brighter days are ahead.
Always. What do we say? Yeah, it could be raining, ugly, overcast, whatever, gray. That sun's going to pop back out again.
Yeah, the
same thing. That sun's going to pop back out in your mind again. But you have to want to accept the help. Accepted the help. You were helping me out, keeping me occupied. What were we talking about? Bookstores, Starbucks, walking, reading.
All the things.
Sunshine.
Whatever. And for everyone going through it, the protocol for them is different.
Yes, everyone's different.
But it worked for you. That's why I'm like, you asked me, like, how the heck did you know what to do? I'm like, I didn't. I just went with instincts and crazy. But I can't believe it's been 4 years.
I know.
And
pretty wild.
It's just crazy to see how far you've come and like where you're at now.
And that's why I'm doing all this crazy shit that people are like, why are you waking up at 4 a.m.? Do you have a boss or a job to answer to? Myself, like me, right here. This guy, I'm accountable. Me, that's what I got to answer to.
That's the problem, because a lot of people make promises to themselves that they don't keep.
They never keep them.
They don't hold themselves accountable to themselves.
No, but they find 100 excuses as to why they can't hold themselves accountable. They can't take it like today. I went on Instagram. I said, hey, I overslept. I'm keeping it real, 4:45. I didn't get up at my 4 a.m. But hey, I'm not perfect. At least I'm holding myself accountable. Like, damn, okay, tomorrow's going to be 4 a.m. I'm not going to oversleep. I went to bed a little later. That's why.
Right.
That's what happens. But again, I'm going to hold myself accountable to my workouts, to anything I set my mind to do, I'm going to do it. No more flaking on myself or procrastinating.
That has to do with building that mental fortitude.
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
Strength and all of that. But
yes.
Anyways, happy 4-year anniversary. We made it.
I know. It's crazy, man.
And now you're at a point in time where you can finally help other people.
Yes.
Like legitimately, you've done the work.
I know what to do.
And you're on the other side, and you're on the other side long enough, and now you're finally on your own platform.
Yes.
Sharing and looking to help other people.
I'm no doctor, and I don't want to overstep, but I do know what to do, how to battle this. And one thing I do know is you have to do this on your own. But that being said, I didn't even go to what did I tell you? I didn't even go to no psychiatrist visits, psychologist, nothing afterwards.
But don't tell people that they shouldn't go to
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, for me, I didn't do it. I'm not telling people not to.
No, actually, the only reason you did go to a psychiatrist once.
One time.
You had one appointment. Yes, to get a prescription, and like the solution for everybody's problem, everybody is different.
Yes.
Everybody is different. You took medication for a short period of time that kind of got you over that hump. Then you wean yourself off and you do not take medication.
No.
But I don't want to shine bad light on medication. Medication is critical.
I needed it
for some. Time. And you needed it to get you over the hump.
Yes.
You just were fortunate enough not to need it long term. Some people need it long term. Some people need it short term. Whatever it may be, the point is there's more than just medication that you can do. There's lifestyle medication that's very important.
I was getting to that. Wellness, lifestyle, there's other alternatives. So that's very important too. In additions. So look into that as well. If you're struggling, not just going to the doctor, you should do that too. Consult with your doctor always, but also look into other things like we've been doing wellness and other, what do we say? I'm not a fan 100% of Western medicine, like acupuncture and other things. I always say be open to other things. You never know what can help you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's all.
Like everybody's recipe for healing is a little different.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
So the road is different for everybody. The ultimate goal is the healing, though.
Healing. And one thing I could say, though, advice I was given to me from people who went through it previously is get off the couch. Remember, I didn't want to get off the couch.
I hated that couch.
I was like stuck. It was like my safe zone. It felt like my safe zone. Like no one could bother me. You had to get me off that couch.
I know.
You had to. That made a difference.
Absolutely crazy sometimes to get you off. Even if I just had to run errands, I wanted you in the car with me.
Yeah.
To see the streets and the sunshine.
Get the stimulation from the light, sunshine, fresh air. You're right. That all worked.
Whatever it takes. Yes. All right, moving on to the hot coffee topic of today. I want to talk about Jamie Komorowski, I think her name is, a while back. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's like a hot coffee update. We featured this as a hot coffee topic a few months back when the bride was hit by a drunk driver and killed on her golf cart on her wedding day.
That's a sad story, yeah.
because there's been recently jailhouse conversations of the girl who is being tried. Her name is Jamie Komorowski, or she's been charged with the situation. She was drunk like 4 times the legal limit.
What are they hitting her with? Vehicular manslaughter?
Yeah. And the judge ordered the calls released due to the Freedom of Information Act. So now they're all over TikTok, her phone calls.
Wow.
She's 25 years old. She sounds like a very immature 25-year-old for sure. But a lot of people they're going on and they have a lot of opinions about like the parents and like the dad and how he's being insensitive to the victims or whatever, because they're trying to uplift her.
Yes.
You got to put yourself in the parents' shoes. Look,
What are they supposed to do? Like abandon their kid?
No, but yeah, like I remember, and if you haven't listened to some of these calls, you guys got to go to TikTok. They're all over TikTok. And it is annoying at some of them. She seems like, I don't know, chipper almost. In some, she's bawling her eyes out.
She's in denial.
She's all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let the record state, like, I believe that she needs to pay for the crime.
Has to.
Sorry. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I feel bad. She made a horrible mistake.
Horrible.
But sometimes horrible mistakes have consequences.
Remember that, guys. So what my wife's trying to say is, before you have that drink and you're going to drive, think about, can I kill somebody if I have one too many of these and get behind that wheel? Think about that, because your life could change like that.
Everybody. That's what it literally. And people who are really quick to judge the situation, you cannot judge this girl if you've ever gotten behind the wheel after you know that you've had some drinks.
And how many of us have done that? Many of us.
The only difference between her and you is she got in an accident and you didn't.
Yes.
But it could be anybody. I don't fault the parents at all. Like a lot of people are for their trying to uplift her and say, don't worry, we're going to get you out of there. We're going to get the best of the best to get this. You made a horrible mistake. This is not your fault. They're like, what are you going to do? If you're petrified as a parent, your child is behind bars and bawling and they are toast.
And not only that.
What are you going to tell them?
Yeah, you're going to tell them, oh, you messed up, you drank, you took a life.
Kick them while they're down?
And then guess what? She'll probably want to come and do that. That's what happens to people. No one has their back.
So I don't fault the parents for saying and doing whatever they need to do to help their child. I get it. I understand the family of the bride who is sorry, but she's got to pay the price.
Yeah.
They were in court and they spoke out.
Yes.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was to parents, really quick, use this or send it to your friends, your family.
Yes.
Get one of those phone calls, the one where she's crying and her dad saying to her, you made a horrible mistake. Send it to anyone you know that tends to drink and drive.
Yes.
Because it could happen to anybody. Your entire life can be over in the blink of an eye. And you can think about how many lives this girl has affected. The mother came out and spoke, all of our lives are over. Are over. They're so messed up. They're so traumatized.
Yeah.
It ruined many lives. But the sad thing that I wanted to also talk about is, unfortunately, there's a battle going on with the husband who she married that day, and he was also injured, but there's a legal battle with her family and him now over money, her estate, because technically they were married.
Oh.
So now all of her estate, her belongings, her cash or whatever is his, but they're fighting for it. The family's going to fight for it. There's major contention with, unfortunately, they're not a united front. Why does money always?
Always. Every single time an inheritance, someone dies, they fight always.
Yeah, and so even the mother even came out and said, please refer to my daughter as Samantha Miller, not Hutchinson. Yes, they were married, but she didn't live long enough to make it to the Social Security office.
Damn.
It's ugly. It's getting ugly. Anyways, sad, but there's always something that can be learned from a sad situation. I know it woke me up. Not that I ever drink and drive.
What do you always say, though? What have you always said? You always told your kids, and I'm
tell
witness.
my kids, though,
always.
Listen, I will never get mad. I will never get mad if you need a ride because of alcohol.
2, 3, 4. Never. Call us.
I even told them that when they were teenagers.
Yes. Call us. We'll get up. It's better you call us. We'd rather get you home safety to bed than knowing that you're home safe.
Yeah.
We'll get the car tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's what parents do. You got to do. You got to let your kids know, open door policy. Call me at any time if you need a ride.
I know. In this
No
day
hesitation.
and age, like Ubers, and don't do it. I don't know. It's awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I lost a friend to a drunk driver and his baby.
Yes. So we know all too well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Middle of the day.
Middle of the day.
He was picking up his daughter at his parents' house, and on the way home, he got hit by a drunk driver, someone who got drunk in literally the middle of the day.
And she wasn't even from here. She's from like Tennessee.
Yeah.
Of all places.
Really sad. All right, moving on to Comment Corner. We got a couple of reviews on Apple Podcasts, which thank you so much. Chris F. Dunn, she writes, "You and Mike are my favorite." Thank you. I know who you are. You are so sweet. She's been a long-time client, listener.
Appreciate
all
it.
of the above. Thank you so much. And Mermaid Marlin writes, "Best podcast. I love listening to podcasts on my way to work. This podcast is the best. I love you guys. I have learned so much from both of you, and your husband is so funny, and you are so knowledgeable." You always get the so funny.
Am I?
I don't know. You're very dry humor, I think.
I wish this dry humor could make me money. I could be a comedian on the side.
I don't know. You are funny, though. You're unintentionally funny. That's what I always say.
I've been told that.
And then we also got another comment on the last episode that's from Sylvia H. And she says, "I love your podcast. I look forward to hearing you guys every week. Thank you for always bringing me great knowledge and inspiration." Thank you so much for listening.
Hey,
just a reminder.
Thank you.
If you're not already subscribed, subscribe.
Please.
Hit the like button.
Yes.
Comment, because we love to feature these comments. I also love to interact with you guys in the comments. And then if you haven't already left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, please go ahead and do that. The link is in the description.
We appreciate it very much.
Moving on to Hold My Coffee.
Hold my
coffee, babe.
Let's go.
Hold my imaginary coffee.
Let's go.
Daffodil421 comments on my video where I talk about if I had to lose 100 pounds all over again, the 5 things that I would do differently. And one of the things that I would do differently is I would not obsess over sugar.
Yeah.
Specifically fruit. I wouldn't eat fruit because I was afraid, oh my God, the sugar is going to make me fat.
Oh my God, the fruit.
So specifically sugar, specifically fruit, but even sugar in general, I would not obsess over it. And I'll explain why. But the comment is, added sugar does make a difference in weight loss. Added sugar is often associated with processed foods. To say you wouldn't worry about sugar sounds concerning for those who are trying to lose weight. Added sugar intake matters. Watch The Bitter Truth on YouTube. First of all, no thank you.
No thank you. I'm watching bitter nothing.
And I just responded, you know what, you do you. Like if you want to avoid sugar, if that's important to you for your journey, I have no judgment on what people do that's best for them. But I choose to not label or vilify foods in any capacity. I felt like for me, labeling and vilifying foods contributed to some disordered eating habits.
Yep.
And I just don't think it's necessary. And let me explain why. Yes, does overconsumption of sugar result in weight gain? Yes, but so does overconsumption of anything.
Protein too can gain.
The reason
gain
why
weight.
sugar is more vilified is because it's easier to overeat and overconsume.
Yeah, think about it. Me and you sat down and we had zero fucks in the world. We would crush easily between me and you a dozen donuts. If we had no care, no problem, we'd crush it.
So it's
so that being said, sugar, that kind of sugar, that much, of course, it's overconsumption.
Yes, it's easy to overconsume because it's delicious. And yes, sugar is associated with highly processed foods.
It's true.
Easy to overconsume,
True.
Delicious. That's why it got vilified. But if you are someone who is very in tune with macronutrients or how much you should be consuming, how much protein you should be eating, and you're monitoring those things, you can consume sugar because you're not going to overconsume it. It would be impossible.
Facts.
If I have a calorie limit that I'm adhering to, whatever my goals are, whether it's maintenance, whether it's a deficit, it doesn't matter. If I have a certain calorie limit that I'm staying within and a certain protein target that I'm hitting, there's only a very small amount of calories left that can be for those treats.
That's it.
So you're not going to overconsume them and you can enjoy them. You can indulge in them. I went to Crumble. Tyler wanted a Crumble cookie this week. I had Crumble. I had a little quarter of a Crumble cookie that I tracked and fit into my macros.
Me too. I had a little piece of it.
So that's why I choose not to vilify, because there is a space for it in a healthy lifestyle. There is room for treats and enjoying things. And I choose to live a balanced lifestyle that doesn't omit anything. Now that's the ultra processed stuff. Now the fruit, I eat every single day.
Every day.
Fruit is so calorie friendly.
Oh my goodness.
And so good for you. Has so many micronutrients. Is so refreshing, so enjoyable. Especially berries are so low in calories.
A bowl of strawberries, literally 200 grams of strawberries. A bowl, it filled it up. Bowl. 60 calories.
60
calories, you guys. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. What sugar are you talking about? If we're talking donuts, yes, easily.
But then
you can overconsume.
Donuts get okay, people say sugar donuts, but you do realize that the reason there's so many calories in those things, it's not just sugar.
No.
It's fats.
Fats.
It's carbs. It's sugar. It's all the things.
Fried.
Anything that's high in fat, which is usually delicious, and usually these high processed foods are high in fat.
Yes.
It's going to have a lot of calories in it because fat has a lot of calories, and it's going to have a lot of sugar, and then you've got those added calories. So it's high calorie foods too. It's going to throw you over your calorie limit and then cause you to gain weight. But like I said, if you're monitoring your calories and you can fit in something that has a lot of sugar in it and still hit your targets, you're just fine.
Yeah, but people don't want to believe that. For some reason, they got stuck in their head that sugar is the enemy because it's been ingrained in us.
Which we actually need sugar to survive.
You do. I know.
It's just crazy. But anyways, that is my Hold My Coffee.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about, I did a poll on our Candidly with Coffee Instagram. If you're not following us there, I'm going to put it up here on the screen. Follow us on Candidly with Coffee. But I did a poll on there asking, how many followers do you think I lost when I posted that clip from last week's episode where I talk about, I am not going to let society tell me that wanting to lose body fat, even though I'm not overweight, is toxic. Like wanting to be a little leaner or whatever is toxic.
Yeah.
I knew it would be a trigger for some people.
You did.
Saying that.
You called it.
I called it.
You're funny about that.
And so I went back. A few days later, I went back into my stats and I'm like, okay, I posted this video on this day. I want to see if I lost followers on that same day. I lost 12 followers after I put that post up. And I usually don't lose followers. My following stays consistent. You lose a couple, but it never like dips like that.
Yeah.
I lost 12. So the people who answered 12 on the poll, that's how many I lost. It was triggering for some of my followers for whatever reason.
That's because they can't admit to themselves where they're at in life.
Yeah.
And they're bothered by it.
I mean, truth be told, right now.
Truth hurts, but it's truth.
I'm probably like about 28% body fat right now. Truthfully. And I'm allowed to want to be less.
Yeah. Same here. Most people think, oh, you're good, you're lean, your muscles are showing, veins are coming up. There's another level I haven't hit yet, though. There's other levels. That's the problem is you guys tap out too goddamn easy. Yeah. You get comfortable and you're like, this is just it. I hit my potential, my maximum. No, you didn't. If you don't believe that, go listen to David Goggins. He'll tell you you're a goddamn liar. There's always another level. Mm-hmm. People just tap out and quit.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you only ever try to cut or lose weight or whatever when you're overweight, that's actually the definition of a yo-yo diet.
Yes. Spinning your wheels. Then what? You lose the weight?
It's like you lose weight, and then you wait until you're overweight again, then you lose weight again, you wait until you're overweight again, lose weight again.
Yes.
Or you monitor things and don't let things get too out of control.
Yes.
You know, for me, I like to keep a 5-pound range, which I've been able to accomplish for years, stay within 5 pounds. This is the first year that I'm struggling with it, and I'm more like staying within a 10-pound range, and that's why I want to lose.
But you've gone through some stuff,
I want to get back down. Yeah, menopause hit. So it did, and I have stress in my life and life circumstances and all of the things, but I'm not using it as an excuse. It's just, it led me to where I am, and it's just, I'm carrying more body fat than I like for me.
For you.
For me.
No one else, for her.
Because I'm used to being a little different. That's okay.
But it's crazy that people are bothered that you're doing this for you. Why do other people care so much what other people do for themselves? It's mind-blowing that humans want that kind of like weird-ass control. Like, why are you so triggered? It's my body,
that's
my
why,
program,
like,
my routine. A friend of mine said the same thing to me. That what dude says, oh, you look lean, you're getting small, but you're getting skinny. I was like, no, I'm shedding body fat, bro. Understand the difference. And the reason I know that, because I'm getting stronger in the gym as I'm dropping weight. I'm pushing more weight. Go figure. Shedding body fat. I'm not losing muscle.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, everyone has like a different journey to what their ultimate goal what's important to you isn't important to somebody else, and that's okay.
Exactly.
What's important to me is different than what's important to a lot of my clients. They're like, you know what? I just want to get into my pre-pregnancy jeans. That's a great goal.
Yep.
Like everyone has a different place they want to get to, and I just help them get to whatever place it is they want to get.
Yes.
That's what's more important. Don't worry about what other people's goals are.
No.
Worry about what's important to you.
Stay on your journey.
And
Don't
your
worry about
journey
Yes.
might be different.
Yep.
For someone might have an issue with sugar. It might be very triggering for them. They might be like, I've tried. I can't eat sugar in moderation. I go crazy. Then for you, maybe you avoid certain things.
Yeah. I don't buy Doritos, even though I'm disciplined. I still don't buy Doritos because I don't want to get tempted. Those are like my favorite dirty chips to eat.
Not all the time. You did have a bag in the house. You did have you ate it in moderation.
Yes, I did. But there's certain things, like you said, you can't handle certain things. Don't have them in the house. That's it.
Like I said, everybody's different. Like right now, I had told you guys I gave up chips and what was the other thing? Oh, donuts. Chips and donuts. Mm-hmm. And then I actually inadvertently also gave up alcohol. That has been, has it been 7 weeks? It was June. No. It was the last week of June.
That'd been longer than you then. Because you had a drink with your cousin. You're like, I lied. I remember you went back and corrected yourself.
No, but it was on her birthday weekend, the last week of June.
Okay.
So it was the last week of June. I think this is the 7th week or the 6th week, but it might be the 7th week because it's August 10th. And that was June 20. Oh, yeah. 7 weeks.
I'm like 2 months past. I haven't had a drink even before you.
So it has been 7 weeks of no alcohol, no chips. But that's not for everybody.
No.
It's just what I'm saying is different people need to do different things. For me, chips were taking over my life for a minute there. So I had to give them up.
We did the calories. Remember, we figured it out.
A lot.
We crushed every time maybe like 500 calories just in chips.
It was too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Too much.
Empty.
All right, I want to talk about a new fitness trend that I'm seeing out there. There's a New York. I think there's some around now here in the West Coast, but in New York, there's a gym called Infrared NYC.
Infrared NYC.
It's a gym that is it's an infrared sauna gym. So you're working out in infrared. You're working out and saunaing at the same time.
Safe to do that?
I know. I started wow.
Because
that's intense.
Yeah.
I just feel like
you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, because then the tagline was like you can burn up to 1,200 calories a workout.
Oh boy.
But is your workout going to be effective?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. I don't know on that one if I would want to do that.
I'll tell you what, and not, they always clown me for this, not to get too off topic, but something similar is a lot of my friends who are pro fighters, they say the first week is hell in Thailand because they don't have air-conditioned gyms. Mm-hmm. They have awnings, most of them. They're open air. So that being said, you're training in the heat and in that thick humidity. And so the first week you're like nauseous, you're not feeling good. It takes a while. But once you acclimate it, you turn into a beast. Yeah. So maybe it's possible.
Maybe it's something you have to get acclimated. Maybe it's something that maybe you do. You know what? Maybe once or twice a week you do an infrared workout.
Yeah.
But it did send me down the infrared sauna rabbit hole. Man, there's a lot of benefits from the infrared.
I know.
Versus even just like the regular sauna. It reduces inflammation, repairs muscle damage after workouts, speeds up recovery via cellular respiration, reduces stress and healing time from injuries. There's also a lot of, it stimulates growth hormone, boosts your immune system.
So does a regular sauna for men.
So many things.
It's not bad.
Man, I need to get in there. And
I'm enjoying it. I'm starting to do the sauna at the gym, and I thought I was going to have a harder time. I did 10 minutes. I'm like, I could do 20 in here. It's all mine. It's all in the mind. You're not dying. A lot of times you just want to quit. That's all.
People will say weight loss. There's weight loss benefits. The weight loss is water loss from sweating. So don't, like the immediate weight loss, don't count on that. That's just water weight.
Water weight,
it means nothing. But what it does do, but it's minimal because you're not in there for an hour, but it does increase your heart rate, which increases your calorie burn.
Facts.
So whenever your heart rate is elevated, you're burning more calories in every one of those minutes that your heart rate is elevated. When you are in a sauna, your heart rate is elevated. So yes, if you sit 10 minutes in a sauna, and normally sitting for 10 minutes at rest, you're going to burn 3 calories. During the sauna, maybe you're going to burn 11. So it's minimal.
Yeah.
But people tend to fixate on those things.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute. So if I sit in a sauna for an hour, I can burn 100 calories or whatever. Yeah, but you had to sit in a sauna for an hour.
If you don't die, that's dangerous too.
But why is it that people will look for any freaking thing? They'll do anything other than actually just doing the workout.
Yeah, or try to cheat the game and not count or watch what they're eating, like guesstimate.
Yeah, so I can do this and I won't have to work. They'll do anything. They'll put crazy machines on their bodies.
Yes.
They'll put on these workout machines, outfits like they can sit and it's doing the workout for them because it's pulsating there.
Oh, like the app thing that they sell.
Trends.
These apps. It's all workout. Snake oil, you guys. Stay away from snake oil. It's all bullshit.
Because those things, like when I break it down, I always look at the benefits of something and then I'm like, okay, so this sauna place says it boosts your metabolism, it weight loss, all of this. Okay, the weight loss coming from water weight. The boosted metabolism is coming from the elevated heart rate. But let's really break it down. How many extra calories am I going to burn if I spend 20 minutes in an infrared sauna every day? Maybe you burn an extra 20, 30 calories. Like you eat 2 almonds less and you save yourself the 20 minutes and you do it for that is what I'm saying. But yes, there are other amazing benefits from it. But don't do it for calorie burn or weight loss. Do it for the other things.
I'm going to do an experiment. Next time I do it, I'm going to see how many calories I'm at. And then right before I go in, then I'm going to see how many calories I'm at after with the watch and see how many it burned. I'll let you know.
See what it says.
I'll let you guys know.
Well, and look at your heart rate. Look at what your heart rate did while you were in there.
Oh.
Because it'll have it on there.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't overheat. But there's great benefits from it. I think I want to do it. But I just don't feel like people do it for those benefits, because those benefits, it takes consistency. Anything that takes time and it's like over time it's going to give you improvements, people don't want that because they want instant gratification.
No. See, the beauty of working out is stop looking at the goddamn physical. Fuck, man. People just look at the physical. Mm-hmm. Look past the physical. It's not about the physical. It's really about you training the mind, because once you train the mind, the physical follows. Mm-hmm. But people don't do that. They completely
If you start with the mind, everything else will start working out.
You're building discipline.
Like, whoa, everything is clicking. And
yes, you're sinking in with yourself. People aren't synced in with themselves. They don't know their own vessel, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. That's why I want to unlock this vessel more. There's other levels, but people don't want to reach those levels. And I don't mean just physical levels, just levels like your goals in life, like a job promotion or a career or starting a business. A lot of people have fear. They're too scared because you got to build this mind strong. Be fearless.
True. Very true, but I don't know about the trends. I think infrared sauna is great. I think the benefits are good. The research shows.
Yes.
But don't do it not for weight loss, not for calorie burning.
Don't do it for that.
I don't think I think it's a minimal impact on those things. It is, you're going to have long-term benefits of the other things, the reducing the stress and the detoxing.
Yes.
And
But working out in that hard-ass environment, if you can build up to it and say you become a beast and you could actually do it daily in an hour, then what you just did is you just build up some major discipline in your mind. And then you can conquer anything, because that's going to be hard to do.
What I saw was like they had these infrared treadmills. Like you get inside of it and your body is in the infrared while you're treading. Damn. That sounds cool.
That sounds cool.
That sounds cool, but not as like your only workout.
So is it just infrared light, or is this place like heated up like a sauna?
No, it's heated. It's a sauna.
Okay.
Infrared sauna workout.
How do they say the temperature? How they got these people working on it?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
I do not know, but it's one of those things like the trend of cryotherapy.
Yeah.
People,
yes.
Again,
I've never done cryo.
It's touted as, you burn a lot of calories.
Yep.
You're in there for 3 minutes. Do I believe that you will burn extra calories than when you're not in a cryotherapy? Yes, because your body is burning calories in order to keep its temperature, trying to keep homeostasis. But again, it's 3 minutes. So how much extra you're not burning 500 calories.
No.
Unless you're burning like hundreds of calories, it's not going to impact your calorie deficit. It's not going to help with weight loss. Those are just the buzzwords they put because that's what gets people to go there, because that's what people care about, shortcuts and burning extra calories or whatever. Do I think there's benefits of cryotherapy? Yes. But if you're going to cryotherapy because you think it's going to burn all kinds of extra calories in the very few minutes you're in there, you're wasting your time.
No. Even cold plunge burns excess amount of calories.
Because your body's trying to regulate.
Exactly. That's what I do. Cold showers every morning. One of those reasons. But it's not because I want to lose the weight. That's not even it.
Because it's not making a big enough impact.
No, that's not why I do it.
It's just absolutely not. Remember that in terms of calorie burn, what makes the biggest impact on that chart, the total daily energy expenditure, is your non-exercise activity. It's just everything you do throughout the day. Why is it that makes up the biggest piece of the pie other than BMR? Is because that makes up the biggest chunk of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because our non-exercise hours of the day is what, 10 hours?
Yes.
So it's cumulatively adds up to more calories.
Yep.
These things that you're doing for 10 minutes, 3 minutes, while yes, they increase your calorie burn, it's not significant. It's only 10 minutes.
Not only that, babe, you know what? This is just me. What I'm noticing is people think they work out harder than they do. They don't. I'll make an example. People think, I burned 500 calories weight training. No, you didn't. You made it burn 100 calories. Not. I burned 500 calories jogging 30 minutes. Nope, you didn't. Especially definitely if you're a woman. Not at all. Mm-mm. Even for me as a man. Maybe if I'm jamming, if I'm really stepping on it. But that being said, then you eat a meal that's twice the calories because you justify, I had a hard workout, so I'm going to treat myself to a burger and fries because I deserve it. Wrong.
In a hard Orange Theory workout.
In a hard one. One of your hard ones.
Where I am running 2 miles and doing weights and some rowing in an hour, about 300 calories.
Yeah. And that's almost nonstop work.
That's an hour of a hard workout.
Yeah.
300 calories.
See? People got it all wrong.
They do. All right, moving on. I want to talk about fasting. Because you're Mr. Fasting.
I don't know about that. I just started trying to challenge myself.
Let's talk about intermittent fasting.
Yes.
I know a lot of people that use it to help with control their eating and things like that. So I wanted to just go over
different ways you could use it.
Yes.
For sure. 100%.
The pros, the cons. But I want to start by saying, again, intermittent fasting doesn't work for weight loss other than it helps you stay in a calorie deficit. If you intermittent fast and during your eating window, you eat in a surplus, you will still gain weight.
Yep.
Okay?
Facts.
So it is not magic. I just want to make sure you understand that because a lot of people that promote intermittent fasting, they're promoting it that it has some magical powers for weight loss. It doesn't. What it does do is it helps to regulate, in terms of weight loss, it helps you to stay eating less calories because it regulates your hunger hormones, the ghrelin and the leptin. It helps to regulate it and regiment them. Your body loves a routine, so it'll help to eat at the same time every day. It helps your body know when to release ghrelin and when it knows like, oh, she usually doesn't eat during these hours anyway. We're used to that, so we're not going to release ghrelin and make her hungry once you get used to it. So those are the benefits in terms of that, but it's not some magical weight loss powerhouse thing.
No.
It also, so one of the other benefits for weight loss is it improves insulin sensitivity.
Facts.
Because if you are not eating all day long, constantly, every time you eat, your body releases insulin. And if you are someone who has developed a resistance to insulin, the more insulin you have in your body, the more resistant your body will be. It's, we're used to this, doesn't work anymore. Think about it like alcohol tolerance. If you drink every single day, you will not get a buzz. It will take you a lot more alcohol to get a buzz.
Yes.
That's what's happening with insulin. If you have become resistant, it's because you always have insulin, you're always eating. You need to develop that sensitivity again. Fasting is a good way to do that.
Yes.
Because if you're minimizing how many times how much you're eating in the day, like how often you're eating in the day, all those hours that you're not eating, you're not getting insulin all those other hours. So you're lessening the amount of insulin in your body and you're building up that sensitivity to it again. That's very helpful for weight loss in the long term as well, because it's going to help control cravings. It's going to help you stay in that calorie deficit. So that's another pro. It just simplifies things too. It makes it easier for people if they just know, I can only eat within this window. But do you want to talk about your experience with fasting? And
yeah, what I'm on lately is 16 hours fasted, 8 hours eating. And I did a little experiment the other day where I went off the handle Saturday. And I had all kinds of food. What I have? Pizza, sushi, Thai food. And then I fasted after. I stopped eating like at 10 at night Saturday after the fights. I didn't eat again till Monday morning around 10, 36 hours, 9 or 10, 35. And I weighed in at 185 right after the next day, after Sunday morning.
You weighed at 185?
After I had that epic cheat day, cheat meal, call it what you want.
So you were up 6 pounds from your previous weigh-in?
Yes.
So you weighed in Thursday. I'm just trying to make sure we get the story straight.
Yeah.
When you weighed in Thursday, you were at 179.
Yep.
Then you weighed in Sunday morning. You were up 6 pounds from Thursday's weight because of that epic cheat.
Yes.
And then you fasted for 36 hours. And after the fast, you weighed in half a pound less than Thursday's weight. So you lost the 6 pounds and a half pound.
That's correct.
Okay. Let me also say, for the record, that is...
It's not fat loss.
No. The reason why you didn't gain any fat is because had you just fasted, say, 24 hours and ate on Sunday, but you ate all of your calories, you would have just evened things out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't have lost.
No.
You would have just lost the water weight. You wouldn't have lost additional weight.
Facts.
You actually, it's almost like what you did ultimately was you ate 2 days worth of macros in one day.
Yep.
So you ate all of your Sunday calories also on Saturday.
Yes. Because
what would have happened is if you would have ate your regular macros on Sunday, those Saturday overage would have been spillage.
It would have spilled. The dam would have broken, the water would have spilled over.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. It's like going to fill up your car. It says full. You're going to go to the pump. It's like, I don't want to pump anymore. It's full. When you start pumping gas, it's going to spill out. Guess what? It spills onto your body. You get fat. It's the way it works. People don't understand that. It's real simple, not complicated. People make it complicated. Yeah. It's real simple.
But now I would like to say, I just have to say this. I don't think that's a great practice regular. I don't think what you did. I don't think that's good practice.
Yeah, I didn't say I was going to do it regularly.
No, I know. I just want to say for the listeners.
That was for me, for my experiment, for myself.
I know it was an experiment. But I'm just saying personally.
Yeah.
For one, it's
fasting or what I just did it?
No, the overeating on one day and then not eating anything the next day. Because unfortunately, I see that a lot. I see a lot of people do that, and they'll start to adjust, and it could become a disordered eating routine, especially among women.
No, I'm not doing that.
But they'll do like, I'll just, you know what, I'm just going to go crazy today, and I just won't eat all day tomorrow. That's a disordered eating.
Yes.
If it becomes routine, it's okay to play with things and.
Part of it for me was the challenge. I've never done a fast that long. I want to see how I could test this bad boy. That's all.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm not saying,
I agree with you. I wouldn't do it again. Make that every weekly.
Because also good. When you overfill.
Mess with insulin.
When you overfill your machine like that, it's not meant to happen. It's like stuffing in clothes in the washer. It's not gonna be optimized.
Facts.
And even if you pull back the next day and ultimately you have no weight gain, but you're still overloaded your machine that day.
Yep.
It's not going to be good to do that repeatedly. So it's like you can get away with overstuffing the wash one time. You're not going to break the washer. But if we overstuff the wash every single day or often, eventually it's going to break.
Yes. Facts.
You're going to mess something up. So although it was a cool experiment, it's not necessarily something that you would do all the time. No. It is nice to have that in your back pocket if you do need it, as long as you're very smart about it and you don't have the tendency to have disordered eating or whatever. I also want to say that intermittent fasting in general is actually not usually a good idea for somebody who struggles with disordered eating behaviors.
Yeah, I don't struggle with that, so I'm good to go.
No, but it is actually not, because the whole restriction, oh my God, I can't eat. I can't eat starting at 8 p.m., so at 7:59, I'm going to stuff my face.
Yeah. I want to say something about fasting, too. Get some off my chest. I feel like it triggers people and it bothers people. I don't know why. People feel like you have to stuff your system every day, every 3 hours. You must eat. Oh, why are you starving yourself? Why are you doing that?
Oh, what you're talking about is when you tell someone you're fasting,
if you even
they're
mention
concerned
it, tell
by
people,
it.
Yeah, people concerned. Yeah. Don't concern yourselves with what that person's doing. Let them do them. That's it. It ain't you. Don't worry about it. If it's too hard for you, then don't worry about it. It's not for you.
Right.
I did it for me. I didn't do it for no one else.
No, but even like on a regular, you're 16/8, people will be like, you don't eat until 10 o'clock. Like they're so like bothered by it.
Oh my God, man, people.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think intermittent fast, like now that's intermittent fasting.
Not even that hard. It's just 16-8.
No, it's
People
not.
make it like impossible. You don't eat for 16 hours. Guess what, guys? I'm not dying. You can survive off food for days on end as long as you have some water and salt.
Once you get an intermittent fast, like a 16-8 schedule, once your body is adjusted to it, your body will help you do it. It's very easy. It does help regulate the hunger hormones. And I just always, because everyone will always ask me, what do you think about fasting? And I just always want to tell them, look, I think it's a great tool, but it is not helping you. It's not helping you lose weight unless you're in a calorie deficit. They still want that to be they want to be like, no, I don't want to be in a deficit. I just want to lose weight.
They're always searching for something. Yeah, like they always get around. They're trying to always get around. You can't get around, man.
You can't get around.
What don't you guys understand? You cannot get around. Right. You got to go through.
So if it helps you, then yeah, it's great. But again, it doesn't help outside of calorie deficit. Someone says, I lose weight on fasting, but I don't track macros. Actually, I want to talk about this because I had a comment on one of my videos, my menopause videos. And it was a woman who, she's frustrated, and I totally get it, because she used to just fast. She would do intermittent fasting, and she would lose weight really easily every time she did intermittent fasting. Or when she did one meal a day, she would lose weight. Now she's in menopause, and she's like, the fasting isn't working anymore.
Game changed on her.
Do you know why it's not working?
I don't know, because I'm not a woman.
Because she's eating more when she's eating. Because of the menopause side effects. And she's probably burning less, the menopause side effects. So if you are burning less calories and eating a little more, even if you're still fasting, even if you're still eating one meal a day, but you don't track, you are inadvertently changing the equation. You're burning less calories because maybe you are low energy with the menopause. You're not exercising as much. You're not moving as much throughout the day.
There's a lot of factors that go into it.
Right? Yeah. So if fasting used to work and it's not working, it's because the equation is changed.
Yes.
Even though you're still fasting, you're probably eating more and burning less because of all of the things that come along with menopause.
Again, and people always, when you guess, you can't guess. You can't. You can only get away with so long. And caught up to her. Right. Now she's going to have to watch it.
Now you have to be mindful of the actual calorie tracking.
You might want to track it now and see where you're at. And you might even, and a lot of times, what do we always say? 99% of the time, people are overeating. They got to so way off on their calories.
Yeah, they're eating more than they think. Like, for example, way more. We went to Mykonos Grill, which is, I love it. It's in Milpitas. Love that spot. It's very clean. Like, it's a good combo of food. You get your fats, your protein, your carbs. Some people would go to there and they would order that it's chicken breast with some rice, a salad, and they think, wow, this is so macro friendly. When I look at the actual plate and I add up how much calories is in it, if you eat the whole thing, it's 1,000.
Yeah, you calculated for me.
Yeah. But someone would go there and they would order that thinking, oh, I'm eating so clean because I didn't go to Chick-fil-A rice, and get the fries and the sandwich. Guess what? A fries and a sandwich at Chick-fil-A across the street, also 1,000. Yeah. Could have had either. If you're going to eat, if you're talking about calories, yes, either one is about 1,000. But perception is that is so much more cleaner because it is, and it's got better macronutrient breakdown, right? Higher protein, but it's still 1,000 calories. But that person would give themselves license to eat more, or they would compute it in their brain as much less calories because it is cleaner looking. But in reality, it was still 1,000 calories.
That's what people don't understand. They got it messed up with cleaner versus dirty. Calories is calories, you guys. Right. It doesn't know any difference. I'm going to ask you that. You could eat 1,000 calories of organic. I could eat 1,000 calories of dirty. Calories is calories. Your body. Calories. Do we try to eat cleaner for other reasons? Yes.
Yes, you're eating clean and making good choices, good quality food choices for your health, but not for weight loss. No. And I think that's where people mess up. You need to do both. You need to make choices for your calorie intake and make choices that are good for your health, and you need to have a good moderation of both. Sometimes I eat dirty food, but I make it work within my calories. Yeah. Sometimes I eat healthy food. But healthy versus dirty in terms of food doesn't make a difference in terms of weight loss when calories are equated. Yes. Like I said, I could have had the food at Mykonos, or I could have gone across the street and had Chick-fil-A and fries, and calories-wise, it's the same. But nobody would have ever guessed that by looking at the food.
That's the misconception people have. They got it twisted. They think because they're eating organic or this came straight from my butcher, so I mean, just it's healthy for me. It's still calories though.
So what I did with the Mykonos, by the way, is I just split it. I'm like, okay, 1,000-calorie meal for me is too much. Man, if I'm trying to stay around 1,500 calories a day, that's not going to work. So I just split it in half, 500 calories.
Yeah, exactly. I ate the whole thing. You split it in half. But again, my vessel's bigger than your vessel.
You can eat the whole thing.
I'm 2,400 calories. You're how much?
1,500 and 1,400.
Yeah,
1,000.
so it's about 1,000 difference.
About 1,000. So yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Crazy.
So hopefully you guys understand what you're trying to teach you. 1,000 is 1,000. Calories is calories. It doesn't matter. Yes, from healthier, nutritious food, you get more benefits versus 1,000 calories of just donuts. 100%.
Of course. And it's easier to overeat the dirty foods.
It is. Way easier.
So not only are the calories...
They're not dense. That's why.
They're not dense. So like the Mykonos grill, huge
That's
meal.
filling. I could barely finish that plate.
I didn't finish it. Meal.
Yes.
Whereas the fries and the Chick-fil-A sandwich, I'm going to be hungry in 2 hours.
Yeah, 7 ounces of cooked chicken. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Or 8 ounces.
It was 8 ounces raw.
Raw. That's a lot. It's a lot of protein. It's filling with the rice and the salad on the side. Yeah. It's filling.
It's delicious, by the way, if you're in the area. So good.
You live in San Jose, Milpitas. Yeah.
Good
Mykonos Grill.
Great quality food. And for me, it's excellent because I can order that meal. I get the chicken Slovaki plate with salad. And if I know that it's 1,000-calorie meal, I just have it as 2 separate meals.
Yeah.
Lots of protein, too.
And another thing that you've taught me, I'm super mindful of, sauces always on the side. Because they don't measure. They're glob on that sauce. Guess what, you guys? Those calories ain't free.
Yeah.
They ain't free.
Those they do give you a sauce. And here's the funny thing I noticed. It's nice to have, I like the sauce.
Yes.
But if they put it on, you're eating all the sauce.
Yeah.
If it's on the chicken, they put this orange sauce on the chicken, you're eating all the sauce. Mm-hmm. They put it for us on the side, and it was in a little, like one of those little containers. What I did was I just tapped my fork into it every time I took a bite. And at the end of the meal, I couldn't even tell there was any sauce gone from the container. But had they put it on, I would have ate the entire container of sauce.
I probably ate like a third of it. I was just lightly dipping it, not crazy. My old self, I would have globbed it all.
Yeah, so sauce always on the side.
So a lot of people I think people don't realize that sauces have calories. Like they think it's free calories. No.
Yeah.
I even measure my coffee creamer, you guys, because that's not free calories.
Yeah. How much do you think it adds up to when you weren't measuring it per day?
Man. So I'm using the sugar-free. A tablespoon of that's 20 calories. I was probably doing 2 per coffee. So that's 40. That's 80. Lately, I've been doing black. I haven't been doing creamer. I don't do creamer until I break the fast later on. That's 80. That's just from home coffee. Now, if I order a Starbucks, and I tell them light on the half.
Yeah.
And they still, I've seen them.
They're a quarter cup.
So it's probably another.
I always say
probably another 100 calories just alone in that.
A Starbucks pour, when it's a light, is a quarter cup.
So what I do is I measure mine out, or I'll bring it home and I'll whip it up here.
Yeah.
Same thing with the whipped cream. I used to get light whip. Nope, I don't do it no more.
Because that's what gets you.
Throws that up.
It's all
you think you're hitting your macros and you're like, damn, why am I not losing?
Right.
Jeanine, I'm not losing. I'm doing everything right. Are you drinking Starbucks coffee with half and creamer? Are you tracking that? No. Yeah. There you have it. That's one of the problems.
Yeah,
that's how people are.
Usually the answer is
like,
in there.
Little tweaks. You always say it's all the little tweaks, sauces, creamers, little things that are hindering you.
And sometimes I have to be so delicate, especially like with my macro clients.
Because you do.
But it's like,
why delicate? Go hard on them.
It's hard but they'll be like,
go Wes Watson on them.
I'll give them a macros that are higher than they thought they were eating before, and they're like, no, this isn't going to work for me. Wow, we had an interruption there. They're like, no, this isn't going to work for me. I've already been doing 200 less than that, and I'm not losing. I'm stalled. And I'm like,
they're not being honest.
Just trust me.
Yes.
You're eating more than this.
Yes.
That's why you're stalled. Because you're thinking slow. You have lots of other little things that you are not accounting for. I know. I have experience.
She did my macros, and I'm having success. So she must know a thing. 48-year-old man.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm one of your kind of like clients. I'm your husband, but you've done my macros.
And you hear all of my buzzwords, right? I'm like, everything counts, and
Yes.
don't cut corners.
I watch how you do it.
And limit eating out. You do all my things. Like when we're out to eat and we get a meal, we have to overestimate how much we think it is. Like the Mykonos grill, might it be 900 calories? Yeah.
Yeah.
But we calling it 1,000.
We overestimate. And I didn't even eat it all. And still kept it at 1,000.
Because, you know, we asked them like how much protein. So I have a really good idea now. And now I have it saved in my app. So I know when I go to Mykonos Grill, I have the macros associated with it.
I'm going to measure everything, though, this next time. Watch. The rice and all, just to see, so we dial it even more. I'm going to take it all out.
Because it's a place we go often. But, of course, when you go out to eat, are you risking that you're eating some hidden calories? Yes.
Yes, of course. They're using their own oils.
In my estimate of the Mykonos Grill, I assume they're oiling something. So I estimated in 150 calories for oil when I was doing the tabulation.
Oh, see?
Yeah, because I know.
Yeah. People don't do that, though.
No, it's the hidden calories that get you, too, for sure.
And that's why if you're doing macros and you're on a weight loss journey, you must eat at the house more than anything.
Yeah, more often than
Way
not.
more often.
Yeah. So, like, I know what I'm getting at Luna because I know what I get there, whatever, but I also save extra calories for it. And
So that's a little trick. Tell them what we do, like when we're going to go out to eat on those days. What do you usually do?
I usually put 2 meals together, calories for 2 meals together. So my my meals are around 500 calorie meals. I have 2 500 calorie meals a day, and then usually a protein bar in the morning, and then whatever's left, I'll have a treat at night. But my 2 500 calorie meals, if I go out to eat, pretty much when you go out to eat, even if you are selecting things that are macro friendly, high in protein or whatever, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to eat 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
Unless you are ordering something, cutting it in half and saving half of it for later. Even macro-friendly portions at a restaurant in the United States is 1,000 calories.
Yep.
And now indulgent meals, you're talking 1,500 to 2,000 calories and up.
Easy.
Easily.
Just look at Cheesecake Factory. Look at their menu and look at their calories.
Crazy.
This meal has,
So when I go to a restaurant, like for Luna, I will combine 2 meals so that I can have about 1,000 calories to play with there.
Yeah.
And that's still ordering something macro-friendly. That's still ordering something to make sure it has protein in it. And then that's how I do it.
Exactly.
And I don't do it very often.
Yeah.
Maybe twice a week I have a meal out.
Yeah, what I'll do tomorrow, since I'm going to eat out, I won't eat till later. I'll probably fast till about 1. Usually that's my 16-hour eating window.
Mm-hmm.
I stop eating like at 9 at night.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, then I'll have one meal, one nutrient-dense protein meal, then I'll have dinner.
Yeah.
And then maybe a shake at night, and that's it. And I stay within my macros, and I got to enjoy eating out.
So you can make it work.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of you got to
just know the game.
You have to make adjustments
You do.
for it. You can't have it all, people. I'm sorry. You
No.
can't have it all.
You can't.
You can't. You cannot have a rockin' body with
No.
and eat whatever you want and drink whatever you want. And it's just,
No.
it doesn't exist. Okay.
doesn't.
That's the unicorn life. And let me know if you find it.
Yes.
Because
And that's
I would
why
love that.
fit people almost looked at as lepers these days. Weird, because there's so many billionaires can buy that. You got to build it your damn self. That's the beauty
true.
of this. You got to build this. You can't buy it. That's
There's
what I
no
love.
shortcuts to it.
Nope.
Visible muscle. I just found that post. I sent it to you.
Exactly.
It is not.
I love that.
Visible muscle is like a armor that you wear because there's no shortcuts to it. Really, like that's someone who has put in work, made a lot of sacrifices.
Said a
and
lot
so
of no's.
you wear it like a badge of honor.
Yep.
And it's also
You get to talk your shit.
not the norm. And I'm
No.
okay. I want to be not normal.
Me
I'm
neither.
not normal.
Nah.
And I'm perfectly okay with that.
Fuck average. You know what I'm saying? I'm not average. I want to be superhuman. That's just me. That's for me though.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm a guy that loves challenges. I operate better with challenges. My mind's happier when something's hard. That's how I operate.
think
I'm
most
finding out
people
about
do,
myself.
To be honest, I think most people do. They just don't realize it.
No.
They rise to the occasion.
Yes. Yes.
You,
You
have
never
to
know what you're
challenge
made
yourself,
of. Yep.
or else you will stay stagnant.
Remember we seen that show, Special Forces?
Yeah.
And remember the girl that less likely looked like she was going to get through it? They taught her how to dig deep, and she beat everybody on that show.
I can't wait to watch.
Even an NFL and an NBA athlete beat them.
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
Because she beat them in here.
In here with this.
Hannah Brown.
Yes.
She was a bachelorette, Hannah Brown.
Badass.
I loved it. She was such a badass. I have
Badass.
all new respect for her.
Yep.
And I cannot wait to watch season 2 of that show. We recapped a lot of those episodes on this podcast.
Yeah.
You guys, if you want to be motivated and you
telling
want to
you.
watch a good show, Watch Special Forces when it comes out. It's going to be a good season. Tom Sandoval's on it.
Yeah. Watch the first one first, though. Go back and watch season 1.
Go back and find it if you haven't. And we will definitely be watching season 2 on this show and talking about it.
The reason I brought that up, though, because she dug deep. They did something like where she had fear of going underwater, remember? Kind of what you got, claustrophobia.
She had every reason. No, she had every reason to not be able to do that challenge. She has horrific asthma.
Yes, horrific.
Deadly asthma.
Yes.
She had everything going against her to not do well, but she fought through and pushed through.
And why? Because right there.
Yeah, that's why I said she
It wasn't the physical. This pushed it through.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Monday.
See ya.